One of my like toxic patterns that I'm trying to work on is I have this thing where if someone is too consistent and they like me back, then I'll get suspicious of them. But if they disappear or like they get distant with me, then I'll start getting like attached to them. And it's one of them things I've just been trying to break down because I'm like, fam, what the fuck is this? Because this is like a chronic cycle, fam. In my last episode, we talked about how I'm always like, I kind of fade in and out of connection. But what's ironic about that is that when someone does that to me, it's like I'm pulled to that versus that consistency. So this is literally just the inverse of the story that I told y'all on the last episode, except instead of me doing it to other people, there's other people doing it to me. And it's like one of them things where I'm like, shit, like fuck, this how niggas be feeling? Like this how y'all felt? Fuck, damn, my bad, shorty. That's no laughing matter, but like seriously though. So the pattern is typically like it'll be like I lean in, they kind of lean in, and then before I have the opportunity to start pulling back because of my own little patterns and shit, they'll pull back, and then I'm like, um, hello, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of makes me go like, oh shit, like it gives me this feeling of like, is this something I'm doing? Like, am I not, worthy enough of this person's like affection or attention? So then I end up overthinking and I'll end up chasing that person. And after I end up chasing that person, they'll come back, but they won't come back fully. They'll come back just enough, like they'll breadcrumb me and give me a little bit of something just to kind of, keep me there a little bit. And then they out again. So I got two specific little stories for this. Uh, each pertaining to two situations where I thought I was gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna bag some shit, and I didn't. Womp womp. But nah. So first story, this is in college, and I don't even remember how I started talking to this girl or what the fuck was the, what even happened to get here. Damn, I could not talk for a second to get here, but she ended up in my accounting class, and I had already heard Snapchat or whatever. I was like, hey, like, you trying to help us, like, just be in the class because it was me and Miles, and oh, it was me, Miles, and then other friend Noah. I'm like, yo, you trying to like help us? Like, we can all just kind of split notes, or whatever. So then we started doing that, and we get like hella close from that. Like we're friends at first, like we just cool. She got a man or whatever. I'm doing my own thing. Like I think she look good, but I'm like, okay, well, shit, you got a man. I ain't, no man. So over this time though, we getting close. I'm getting drama. I'm getting the tea about her. I'm learning about her relationship and shit. And it's all fine and dandy. And then they break up, and I don't really press for nothing. I'm just like, hey, like I said before. Like I said before, shit. If the feelings arise, I'm here. I fought with you. I fought with you heavy. Uh, but she wasn't going. She wasn't really going for it. Uh, but it was one of them things where it's like I'm just not ready for a relationship. And now, what I'm saying, the younger, naiver me, and even though this isn't that long ago, shit, okay, like you're not ready for a relationship right now, and let me, okay, I'll wait, type shit. But I think now I kind of understand that if someone says that shit, bro, just keep it pushing. If they want you, they gonna show you that they want you. But yeah, she said that. So I'm like, okay, whatever, it's cool. Like we cool. Let's still be friends. We homies. Blah blah blah. So then it starts getting to this point where she's not even like really responding to texts. And this is something that I addressed to her pretty like recently or pretty like frequently. I'm like, hey, like you don't ever be texting back, or you only text back when it's something like you need something, or maybe if it's some class shit or something like that. Other than that, fam, you do not be texting back. And I don't know about y'all, but to me, my friends is gonna text me back for the most part. Like I understand they'll be busy, but most of my homies text me like, hey, I'm busy if they busy. So I bring up all this stuff, and she's like, Mac, be for real. I don't know you anything. And while that might be true, that shit stung. That shit stung like a motherfucker. Cause it's like, for me, I started chasing her once she. I'm trying to figure out the best way, like how to put this, cause we would we would hang out a lot, and then there'd be times where we would hang out, and we would get like real close. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like this hurt my shit, my arm, like just all that. It is so. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting you telling me one thing, like there was a time I was literally finna just stop talking to her because I was done with that not responding shit. Like it's not hard. You saying you're my friend, you saying you fuck with me, this and that, and you're not responding to me. So it's like I'll be done with you then. Like we don't have to. This is not something that we have to keep continuing on with. And then that day, I remember she was upset and damn near finna cry about it. So I was like, okay, maybe she genuinely just be busy or whatever. So I come back in and that's that day. Like we go home or we go back to my apartment, or whatever. We on the couch, we mad close and shit. I'm like, okay, maybe like you know what I'm saying. Maybe I can see this through. So then, not even like I think maybe a week later, she stops responding for that week, and I'm like, fam, like what is going on? Like I'm not finna keep doing that shit. And that's when she said, Mac, be for real, I don't owe you nothing. And at this point, I should have ended it. I should have been like, all right, fam, like that's that. But this is that delusion that people be talking about, fam. Delusion is just it's you completely ignoring the toxic shit that you know for a fact is there. Because I knew for a fact that that shit was there. I just chose to ignore it because I thought I was going to be the exception to the rule that she had set in place, and I knew I wasn't. Like it was always weird because she had no problem talking about like another nigga, talking about something. Yeah, like I'm talking to this nigga, I'm talking to this nigga. So, but you know what I'm saying? And I hate saying it because I feel like I'm saying it in an entitled way, and I don't think I am entitled to that. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? No, but it's almost like if you're gonna tell me one thing and tell me that we're friends and tell me that you know we had this connection or whatever, and I try to nurture it, and then you pull back from it, you know. But for some reason, that dynamic made me, you know, come back in. But all in all, that friendship pretty much ended in we no longer talk. So let me go on to this next story right quick. So with the second story, I'm not gonna lie, this was on. I seen her scrolling on Instagram, and I was like, damn, it's that Gen Z shit. I was like, damn, she, you know, what I'm saying she's T. What are the British niggas? Oh, she's fit. She's fit. So I follow her, whatever. I DM some shit. We start having a conversation. It was a good conversation. I think it was about some shit that men did, because you know sometimes niggas be weird as fuck, and we was just conversating about that. And then I complimented her. I was like, "Hey, like shit, like you know what I'm saying? You very beautiful. You are very beautiful to me." And she was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I just got a relationship. Not really looking for anything." And some more shit. I low key should have refreshed up on my messages, but pretty much went like that. And I was like, "Hey, well, okay, let me like get your Snapchat or your number or something so we can like talk more, because I feel like we'll have good conversation." So then I get that, but we start having good conversation, and this is in like November, so I'm like, okay, I got some thought away to do here, and I think this is one of the problems that I think I low key need to pay more attention to. Once again, she said that I don't want a relationship line. I should have been like, all right, bet, like let me drop my expectations. I'm not going to be the exception to the rule. I shouldn't have the mindset that I will be the exception to the rule. I think that's something I really used to struggle with a lot more. I don't really struggle with it anymore. I kind of just go into like conversations, not expecting connection. I kind of just go and just whatever the fuck is going to happen here happens here. But I think then I was so caught up in that. But that's aside from the story. So we're talking for months at a fucking time, because we started talking in November. So I think at this point we're in a college city, so you know everything's walkable, everything's pretty close. I'm like, okay, well, like you want to hang out or something like that. And then the flurry of the I'm busy excuses start coming, and then the slow down texting starts coming, and I'm like, okay, it's go time for me. It's go time. This is where I shine. So i i I put it on overdrive. I start really trying to cook. So then I have this conversation with her, and I'm like, hey, like I know you said you don't really be looking for a relationship or whatever, but we be having all this good conversation, and you know it's 2025. Like we ain't got to do no relationship, but we can mingle. And she was like, she said, honestly, that doesn't sound bad. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so we can make this work. And she's like, I think we can. So then literally after this conversation starts pulling away again, and I'm just like, fam, what the fuck? So I'm talking to my homegirls about it, and my homegirls are like, I'm not gonna lie, she's probably just using you for attention. And unfortunately, I knew that. I kind of knew that. This like I said, it's a pattern. So I knew the answer before someone had to tell me the answer. But this is what I mean by someone sucking me back in, my bear coming me. The other girl did the whole little crying shit, and then let me get all up close and physical with her and shit. So with this one, she right after we had this conversation, she's like, you know what, like I think we should just be friends. So I'm like, okay, and she would continuously say that. So, and that's understandable. That's fine. But then she would like send me some risque pics. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? The wagon. She got donk. She got it, but the donk and you know what I'm saying? Some booby. So I'm just like, okay, well, am I getting mixed signals here? Are you actually throwing mixed signals? Am I just fucking slow or what? So at this point, I think it's like December or January. Actually, oh my god, dude. I was speaking to her for so long. Jesus Christ. I think it was fuck. It could have been summer at this point actually. Cause I forgot how long I was actually trying to fuck with her for. Oh my god, this is embarrassing on my part. But yeah, so she was doing that type of shit. And it would always kind of pull me back in. Cause I'm just like, okay, well maybe there is a chance or something. Maybe there is a chance or something. And it just went on this perpetual cycle until one day I was like, you know what, fam? Like I have to respect your word, but you also you giving me you saying one thing and you show me a complete other thing, and I can't I just can't even entertain that shit anymore. So I shut that down. But I bring all this to say that I think growing up I associated love with kind of like earning it. I grew up in a very I guess everyone grows up in a unique environment, but I think for me a lot of the times praise or like feeling super loved and emotionally supported only came when I either did something like super drastic or performed really well. And my parents have gotten better with it like as I've gotten older, but I think that's just one of them parts that they as a parent just didn't have what they needed to have, and I ain't even mad at it. But it feels like I had to earn love. So whenever people will kind of pull back from me, I feel like that this is my chance to prove that I am worth it. Like to prove that like, hey, like I'm worth your time, I'm worth your attention, I'm worth your energy, affection, and all that. So I get stuck in these cycles of constantly trying to prove myself instead of letting people just naturally come in and show me that they love me. Instead of people who show me that they love me and going to them, I try to chase after these people who send me these mixed signals because that's what I'm used to. So it's something that I've been working on. Like I've just been trying to just lean into the connections that I have the best I can and try to work through these issues. But it's definitely something where it's like, in a way, I kind of feel like helpless to it because it's like in the moment I can realize that I'm doing it. I'm like, okay, like nigga, don't be delusional. You know the answer here. You know the real. You don't want to like accept the real, but you know the real. And I'll be right back in that cycle. So lately, I've kind of just been like sticking to myself. I ain't been dating too much. Like I've been going out with shorties. I'm trying to better my lingo. I've been going out with women, but I haven't really been super invested to the point of like wanting to date anyone. I've just been kind of keeping it surface level. But I think part of that is just because I'm also scared to hurt somebody else again. Let me really back in though. I'm over here. I'm losing it. But like I said, fam, it's that whole like mixed signals aspects of it because it feels some like familiar. And I think I just had a realization that it's like I'm not even chasing the I'm not chasing her, I'm not chasing the person. I'm chasing the validation that I would get from that person choosing me. So I think the answer that it just fucking popped in my head is that I have to do the thing to validate myself in that area. But I don't really know what that looks like. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I constantly chase people because I feel like I have to earn love, then how do I work on fixing that? Like Okay, that's weird. That's a good question. I don't know how to work on fixing that because it's like I think I overcorrect. There's been times where it's like someone will kind of pull back from me, and I'm like, "Fuck it, fuck no, I'm not doing that shit." And this has been recently. Like this has been recently. I'm in it. I'm literally in this trying to fix it. So I was messing with this girl, or we were going on some dates, and I was just seeing the red flags, and I'm just like, "Damn, I ain't even do that." I'm just like, "Fuck no," and I cut that shit completely off. So that's a good ass question, but I'm not gonna lie though. If you watching though, and you feeling this, and you feel like this is you, I'm a lot better at giving advice than I am at. I'm a lot better at giving other people advice than I am at taking my own advice. So my advice to you is to, if you feel like you have to prove your worth to somebody and they, aren't just loving you for you, and that you feel like you have to perform in order for them to accept and or choose you, kill that like let that shit go. Kill that shit immediately. At that point, it's not worth it because if you really look back at, maybe, I don't want to say everyone's dating history, but let's say we look back at your friends. A lot of the times, your friends choose you as well. You don't go after and chase friends a lot of the times, or at least not in my experience. Some people might, but for the most part, we don't chase friends. Friends come to us naturally. We feel the connection. We feel that connection, and we let it mature. We nurture it. So why would you do that with something else? Why would you not do that with something else? I mean, why would you chase something else, especially something that I would argue is way more intimate than a friendship, because it's supposed to be a friendship in a super deep connection all in one. So why would you chase that instead of just letting it come naturally to you? And I need to take my own advice. I need to take my own advice. It's definitely easier said than done, but you don't you don't need to chase that validation. We got to find a way to give that validation to ourselves, right? I'm trying to figure out the answer right now before I end this episode, but what does that look like? It's choosing yourself, right? So it's choosing the people that choose you. Choose the people that choose you. That's very simply said. Especially when it's like, okay, well, what if I don't want the people that choose me? That's one of the things I struggle with. You know what I'm saying? People that choose me, sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want them. That makes me feel kind of shallow. But I don't have an answer for that one either. Oh my gosh, dude! Started this episode, and I'm ending this with more questions than I had coming in. Let me read my notes verbatim, actually, because I didn't want to do this just because I don't like reading my notes. But if it's unclear, it's a no. Stop trying to be the exception. I said that. Don't chase no breadcrumbs. And consistency is the new attraction. If someone is in and out on you, and you notice that shit, fam, and it's like you can tell whenever they pop back up, like you can feel their energy come back into your life. Cut that shit off, man. Cut that shit off. Dude, don't even entertain that shit unless they keep that consistency, fam. And this doesn't go for you people that have been hurt by the same person 2, 3, 4, 5 times. No, at that point, it's a pattern. They're showing you what the fuck they are. Let that shit go. Damn, I cooked here. So here's my closer. If love costs my peace, it's not love, it's a pattern. I think I cooked there. But yeah, that's one of my struggles and why I struggle with it. I could definitely go a lot more in depth, but I think I want to do like a whole episode on why I'm a little bit more avoidant. Just kind of talk about that. Um, but yeah, we working on it. We working on it. We striving to be better. Got to get out of this little slump I'm in of feeling like I can't have a connection, like I don't deserve a connection, or I don't deserve to like just naturally have that, and like I have to chase it. So we gonna work on that. Y'all niggas work on that shit too, man. And if you the other way around, work on that as well. I feel like that part wasn't even necessary. I don't even know if this is a good episode. Is this what they mean by allow yourself to post something bad? I got a funny story actually, real quick before I end. So I was actually at this park yesterday, and there was a gentleman sitting over there at there's a little like a fire. little fire pit thing, and I couldn't speak. I literally verbally could not speak. I was so anxious because I didn't want bro to like hear me. I don't like people being able to just perceive me and me not edit what they think of me. So I'm just like, I say, fuck it. And I'm like, hey, bro, like, you listen to podcasts and you want to come on and talk? And whole time, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, if I can't talk about my issues, then this is the next best thing. So then I'm texting my therapist about it. And this nigga has the nerve to say that I'm just being avoidant. It was me just avoiding what I actually came to the fucking place to do, which was to film this episode. So he's not wrong. I was avoidant and I disguised that shit. So nigga, call my shit out, man. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. But yeah, I'm gonna fuck with y'all. I'm going to fuck with y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. You can get me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Missing Something. And my TikTok is actually Missing Something Pod. Everything else is Missing Something. Question mark at the end. Uh, um, I hope y'all niggas have a great whatever it is. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this hoe. I'm bulk recording right now. So yeah, I might smoke me a little joint or something. What time is it? I like the scenery, man. I love the scenery. I can't wait till I get really older, and like scenery is the only thing I have to look forward to. Like I can appreciate this now, but I just know as I get older, it's gonna get like 10 times more beautiful. Because if I was 5 looking at this shit, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, but it ain't cool enough. Now being 23, I'm like, that shit cool as fuck. But when I turn fucking 63, I'm gonna be like, nigga, this is fucking life. So yeah, type shit. I'm fuck with y'all, man.